Okay folks, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into today's story, just think about this. Have you ever wondered why revealing certain heavenly secrets can lead to unimaginable consequences? Today's story might send a chill down your spine and give you an answer. Some things can be said, other things absolutely cannot. If you 泄露天机 leak heavenly secrets, you will have to pay the price. This story comes from a viewer, and it happened in their hometown. In this village, there was an older man. Everyone knew he had something about him, a kind of spiritual connection, but no one ever actually went to him for help. And he never showed off his abilities when he was younger. He raised minks for their fur. Later, he switched to selling pork. One day, this man went out for a meal with friends. After a few rounds of drinks, he started talking big. He said, "Listen, guys, I can actually see things I've never shown anyone before, but I'm in a good mood today. If any of you want me to take a look at something, I will." One of the men at the table, let us call him Big Guy, spoke up immediately. "Master, I've got something. My uncle, he's been in 3 car accidents this past year. Is he cursed or something? Is there some kind of 说道 a taboo or reason behind it?" Feeling bored from the alcohol, the master slapped his side and said that's nothing. Give me his birth details, and I'll ask around for you. Big Guy pulled out his phone, called his uncle right then, got the information, and gave it to the master. The master sat cross-legged on the con, a heated brick bed, smoking one cigarette after another. After a little while he spoke, and his words made everyone's heart sink. Ivy asked, "There is definitely something going on with your uncle, but I can tell you exactly what. I can only say that for the next 2 years, no matter who he goes to see, it won't help. This can't be resolved. He can't avoid it." Hearing this, Big Guy was skeptical. He just gave a dry laugh and said, "Really, master? Okay then, I'll tell him to be careful." After they finished drinking that day, the matter was dropped. No one mentioned it again. So would the master's prediction come true? We'll find out soon. 2 years later, Big Guy's uncle died in a sudden accident on the very same day. The master was at the local market. His phone rang. It was Big Guy. "Master, my uncle, he's gone. A car hit him today." Just as the master was about to head over, his phone rang again. It was his neighbor, Brother Liu, sounding panicked. "Old man, get back here quick. Your house is on fire." "What? On fire? I'm coming." The master rushed back on his old bicycle, but it was too late. The fire was huge. Everything inside was burned. He collapsed in the yard, looked up at the sky and wailed, "Why didn't I listen? That damn alcohol loosened my tongue. They told me not to speak. I had to go and say it. This is the price." People nearby were confused and urged him to help put out the fire. Through his sobs, he cried out, "It's about Big Guy's uncle. I wasn't supposed to reveal that secret. I did it anyway." The fire department eventually put out the blaze, but the master Shom was at a loss. All his savings were gone. Strangely, after this, people started to believe he really had power. His reputation spread. They said his predictions were accurate, so accurate that he even lost his own house because of them. The master thought to himself, "Now that I have a reputation, making money should be easy." So he and his wife started over. He kept selling pork, but also started offering his spiritual services. He became known for being very accurate. Within a couple of years, they had rebuilt their house. When he was in his mid-40s, he attended a funeral. A teenager from the host family suddenly collapsed, foaming at the mouth, his whole body convulsing. Everyone said to take him to the hospital, but the master shouted, "I know what this is. Step aside. Let me handle it." He took the 孝带, a white mourning sash the boy was wearing, spat into his own palm, and slapped it onto the boy's forehead. The boy's convulsions stopped instantly. The master then told the father to carry the boy inside. There, he asked for a black marker. Holding the boy's wrist, he muttered incantations while writing all over the sash. He wrote for a full 40 minutes, covering it completely. "Take this and hang it on the east side of your main gate," he instructed. "Also, this boy has a spiritual guide. He must become my apprentice. I've only suppressed it for now. After his grandfather is buried, wait 45 days. Then bring him to me. He must 出马 take on the path." "And when will he wake up?" the father asked. "He'll be fine. Let him lie here for a couple of hours." The father did as he was told. Sure enough, about 2 hours later, The boy woke up when people asked him what happened. He said, "It was like a dream. I saw my grandfather standing next to me and there were other people too. They had human bodies, but I could and see their faces clearly. I could just barely see. They had long hair on their heads." Everyone was astonished and praised the master for his incredible skill. A week later, the boy and his father came to the master's meat stall. "Master," the father said, "we come to talk. The boy is still in school. He can start this kind of work now. Could he perhaps become your apprentice after he's married and settled down?" The master shook his head firmly. "The spirit guide is impatient. I can only hold it back for 45 days. After that, I can't do anything. The choice is yours, but don't blame me if something else happens to the boy later." The father and son went home and consulted several other spiritual practitioners. Each one told them the same thing. The boy had to do it. It was time. So, feeling they had no choice, they went back to the master. They paid a significant sum of money, and the formal apprenticeship was settled. But then something truly terrifying happened that very afternoon. The master's son went out cycling to go fishing. He fell into a pond and drowned. The master was devastated, grieving for his son. Someone said to him, "You're a master yourself. Why couldn't you see this coming for your own family? Maybe you should get someone else to take a look. Is something wrong?" These words struck a chord. The master started asking around and heard about a highly respected female master who lived about 30 kilometers away. He went to see her. After she performed a ritual, she got straight to the point. "You've created too much negative karma in your past life, and the retribution has fallen on your son and you. You're in this line of work. How can you just reveal secrets carelessly? Don't you know the rules?" That boy wasn't ready. "You forced it. How much money did you take?" The master stammered, claiming he only took a small amount. The woman master snorted. "Are you telling me the truth? This isn't helping people. This is creating more negative karma. If you hadn't messed around like that, would your son be gone? Even the spirits around you see you all talk and don't listen. And your skill for selling meat, you cheat people with it." The master, ashamed, asked what he should do. "Go back," she said. "Talk to your village about building a small temple. Do more good deeds. Throw away that cheating skill. Be home straight in your business." The master returned and actually got the temple built, but it wasn't long before he slipped back into his old ways. He would bluff and exaggerate when people came for help. He never set a fixed price, just said pay what you think is fair, but everyone knew you could earn. He gave less than a certain amount. Then one day while chopping meat, he accidentally cut off the index and middle fingers on his left hand. They were reattached at the hospital. Visitors came to see him, and one asked, "Master, don't your spirit guides warn you about things like this?" "I tried asking," the master mumbled, "but lately I haven't been able to connect." Once healed, he went back to the female master after her ritual. She said, "There's hardly anything left around you now. Just one spirit guide remains. The others have all left. This last one has a message for you. We do not walk the same path." "What does that mean?" the master protested. "I am not even doing much of this work anymore. I haven't done anything that bad. Why would they leave? They said you're fragile and they're disappointed. They've gone elsewhere to cultivate." They also said this time it was your fingers. Next time, it won't be so clear where the harm will fall. The master was furious. "After I spent money building that temple, I haven't even made that money back yet." The master shook her head. "You're too impatient. Do more good deeds. Accumulate some virtue for yourself." The master went home seizing. That night, he drank heavily in a fit of rage. He got on his motorcycle, rode to the village temple, and vandalized it. The next day, when people discovered the damage and found out he was responsible, they were furious. They blasted him in the village chat group. The master just retorted, "What's the point of believing in this stuff? It's all a scam." He even complained to his wife. "After all I offered them, they all abandoned me. Ungrateful." His wife couldn't take it anymore. "The fruit you offered was always the cheap, bruised kind, and then you started buying fake plastic fruit models online. No wonder they're angry. I'd be angry too." The master shot back. "The models last longer. They don't rot." Seeing he was impossible to reason with, his wife gave up. Then the final retribution came. Less than 3 days later, the master woke up paralyzed by a stroke. He could barely move his hands, and he drove constantly. After treatment, there was little improvement. He was confined to an electric wheelchair. One day, he and his wife were at the village square. His wife was frying those sticks at their stall, and he was watching a lively Yangji folk dance performance. Maybe he got too excited, waving his arms and clapping. He must have accidentally hit a button on his wheelchair. The chair suddenly shot backward at high speed, straight into a deep ditch behind the square. Everyone was focused on the performance. No one noticed. When the performance ended, his wife realized he was missing. The whole village searched for him. They looked everywhere. He usually went. They couldn't find him. Finally, someone with a flashlight noticed the wheelchair tracks leading to the ditch. He couldn't save fallen in there, could he? With all the drumming and gonging, we wouldn't have heard a thing. They called the authorities. It was confirmed he was in the water. A rescue team searched for 3 whole days before they found his body. After his death, his wife didn't buy an urn. She used a large, empty glass pickle jar to hold his ashes during the vigil. As she burned spirit money, she muttered, "You brought this on yourself. You damn fool. Why did he have to get stuck with you? In your next life, try to do some good and accumulate some virtue." And that's where the story ends. You are the architect of your own misfortune. If you keep engaging in deceit and trickery, the retribution will eventually find its way back to you in the most unexpected ways. Alright folks, if you have any similar stories, feel free to share them in the comments below. I am your name, and I'll see you in the next story. Bye.